The Warrior of Allah, a story of Usman dan Fodio. Chapter 1. The Divided Kingdoms. Long ago, in the vast plains of Hausa land, the great cities of Kano, Katsina, Gobir, and Zaria thrived with trade, wealth, and culture. Yet beneath the surface, the Hausa rulers were divided, greedy, and corrupt. The common people suffered from unjust taxes, pagan practices crept into daily life, and justice was reserved only for the rich. In the town of Gobir, a humble Fulani scholar named Usman dan Fodio taught Islam to villagers under the shade of trees. His voice carried a message of fairness, unity, and the true path of faith. While the rulers argued over power,
You cannot make such a decision without consulting the elders. The elders will agree this is for the good of the village. He is right. We must consider this carefully.
the people listened to Usman's words, and hope began to stir. Chapter 2. The Scholar's Call. Dan Fodio was no ordinary man. He was both a scholar and a preacher. He traveled from town to town, gathering crowds who longed for guidance. He taught them that Islam was not just a religion, but a way of life built on justice, charity, and unity. Young men, old men, women, and children, people of every Hausa town, began to follow him. They called him Shehu Usman. His words lit a fire in their hearts, and slowly the idea of a united people under the banner of Islam took root. But the rulers grew fearful. The king of Gobir warned him, "Your words are dangerous. You turn the people against us." Dan Fodio answered calmly, "I do not turn them against you. Your injustice has done that. I only show them the truth." Chapter 3. The Spark of Revolt. The rulers struck back. They banned Dan Fodio from preaching, they increased taxes, and they threatened his followers. When soldiers attacked one of his communities, spilling innocent blood, the patience of the people broke. The call went out. Jihad, a struggle for justice. Farmers dropped their hoes, hunters raised their bows, and scholars joined with students. What began as small gatherings became an army of the faithful, united not by tribe but by belief. For the first time, the Hausa people, long divided, marched together under one banner. Chapter 4. The Banner of Unity. With the Quran in one hand and the sword in the other, Usman dan Fodio became more than a preacher. He became a leader of men. The people called his followers the Jami'ah, the community. Battle after battle, city after city, the divided Hausa states began to fall. Kano opened its gates. Katsina surrendered. Zaria was taken. What made his army strong was not just their numbers, but their faith. They believed they were fighting for something greater than kings or gold. They were fighting for Allah and justice. Chapter 5. The Sokoto Caliphate. By 1809, the Hausa lands were transformed. Usman dan Fodio declared the birth of the Sokoto Caliphate, a new empire built on Islamic law and justice. From his capital in Sokoto, he appointed leaders, judges, and teachers. Schools were built, laws were reformed, and for the first time, the common man felt the weight of fairness instead of oppression. But his vision did not stop at Hausaland. His followers carried the banner further, spreading the caliphate's reach across northern Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon, and beyond. His dream of a united Muslim community stretched across West Africa. Chapter 6. Legacy of the Warrior of Allah. Years later, when the battles grew fewer, Dan Fodio returned to his books and prayers. He never sought wealth or crowns, only the spreading of truth. When he passed away in 1817, the caliphate remained, becoming one of the largest empires in Africa of its time. His children and students carried on his mission, keeping his name alive in history. The people remembered him not only as a warrior, but as a scholar, a teacher, and a reformer. And so, Usman dan Fodio, the Warrior of Allah, became a legend whose flame still burns in the memory of Africa.